Well, as we had discussed, ritual, the kind of role it plays and how it is used as a mode of communications, not just in terms of the one who actually perform the ritual, but also other components which are involved in the whole process of this ritual. And we also had discussed that the rituals normally are not just mere word utterances, but it actually is something which is encoded with different kind of meanings. So, in order to see or make understand this particular ritual process, one also need to see or contextualize in time and space, and the effectiveness is rather being felt in terms of the kind of symbols or signal which is enhanced, and also how it is being, the meaning is being enacted. Now, enactment of this meaning in a way can be seen in the context of the physical and the meaningful, and also when we talk about the physical and the meaningful, it involves the kind of action, how an individual tries to not just perform the ritual, but also how he as an individual makes sense of it. The kind of expectations which normally involve in this ritual is important in this context. And secondly, it is also important to see the kind of acceptance and belief and conformity within a particular society or a community. Now, what is this acceptance then? Which means the idea or the kind of action which is being performed by the ritual performer needs to be accepted by the other members of the society, and also it needs to have some kind of a belief from other members that so and so rituals in a way will have certain kind of an outcome, or it will definitely be have an effective, and also conformity by other members. As we had differentiate between theater and rituals, wherein in a theater normally it is the performer and the audience, but in the case of ritual, whoever is present there becomes a participant. So, therefore, it is important for other members who are part or being present there to conform to the kind of rules and also values which are already being carried on for generations. Now, that is how meanings are being encoded and also being followed by other members of the society. Therefore, this enactment of meaning, in this enactment of meaning, it is important for ones to look at to have this acceptance, belief and conformity. Now, moving on, I would like to discuss how rituals regulations actually happened in environmental relations, and which I will of course be discussing in the light of the Sembaga community in New Guinea. Now, how rituals in a way regulate and the kind of processes which involve, and if at all how rituals become effective, not just in terms of their immediate neighbors or environment, but also in a far more less environmental relations with other members of the group. Now, if we look at, as we had discussed the meaning of what religion is by Emile Durkheim, Now, we happens to see that normally the functionalist tends to see this religious behavior to be sort of engaged in having a specific goal, or which we can say as an analytical goal. And what is this goal then? It is nothing but the elucidations of events, processes, and also a relationship which occur within a social unit. Now, when we talk about this relationship which occur within a social unit, we need to make sure, or we need to be very clear about what social unit is. Now, Durkheim in a way was also a functionalist, and he tends to see religion as playing a role of a unifying factor, or ensuring and bringing some kind of solidarity in the community. Now, similarly, even in the discipline of anthropology, this religious behavior in a way has an analytical goal, and which often is being displayed in the context of events, processes, or a relationship which occurs within a social unit. And a social unit is nothing but again, it's often a group of people who entertain the same kind of beliefs about the universe, or in other words we can say who have more or less a similar cosmology, or a group of people or a congregation who in a way participate together in the performance of these religious rituals. Now, who in a way have similar beliefs and practices, and who in some sense have this conform or accept this religious behavior is a social unit. Now, in order to further elaborate what is the functions of these religious rituals, I quote from Homans, in which he says that the functions of rituals can be contextualized in the context that ritual actions do not produce a practical result on the external world. Now, usually we anticipate that ritual will have certain kind of impact, and which can be pretty much apparent and evident. But as Homan says, ritual does not produce a practical result to the external world, which means it does not have an immediate, if not a direct consequences or a practical result. And that is one of the reasons why we call them rituals. And but to make the statement in a sense is not to say that ritual does not have any functions. Its function rather is not related to the world external to the society, but rather it is embedded, or which is an internal to the constitution of the society. So, in a sense, ritual is pretty much internal in character, and which is only operationalized or effective only to members of the society who are part of it. And also through this ritual, it gives the members of the society certain kind of confidence, and if it dispels their anxieties, and also it disciplines their social organizations. Now, by participating in a ritual, normally it to some extent has not just guided by the individual, but also it enhances not just the confidence, but also in a way it brings certain kinds of hopes to the members of the community. and also when they are in their adversity or their grievances, it sometimes tends to wipe off their grievances and anxieties, and also by following certain kinds of norms and values, it disciplines their social organizations. So, in a sense, what Homans in a way define is ritual has served a lot of purpose to the internal structure of the social organization rather than the external. Now, therefore, we cannot really say that ritual is not having any kind of consequences or impacts, but rather internally it seems to provide a certain kind of flourishing impact. Now, if we look closely at the kind of ritual cycle among the Sembaga community in New Guinea, now what are the kind of roles this ritual actually plays, and to what extent this ritual is being effective, and how do the members in a way conform or discipline themselves, or what are the kind of plants and animals which they in a way think, perceived to be sacred. Now, ritual in a way plays an important part in sort of regulating the relationship of these within the Sembaga community, and with both the non-human components of their immediate environment and also the human component at their less immediate environment, that is other group members like the Maring speaking groups. And because the reason why it is important to look at the other similar groups is because they seems to have maintained not always peaceful, but also at times there is a war going on between different communities. So, to what extent and what are the kind of relationship the Sembaga community in a way share with their neighboring groups, and how is ritual in a way determinantal in sort of sharing their relationship with other external members of the group. So, it will be important to locate and contextualize the Sembaga's ritual cycle in this sense. Now, this ritual regulation also in a way helps to maintain not just between the non-human and the human, but also the biotic communities existing within the territories, that is the which also in a sense redistribute land among people and people over land and limits the frequencies of fighting. Now, normally people go wage war when they are in a way prepare enough or perform certain kind of rituals. Now, again, that is how the environment in a way is being kept balanced in some sense. Now, we had also partly discussed about Rappaport speaks for the ancestors in some time when we were talking about the concepts and meanings of human ecology, the kind of models which are involved, the individual, the cognized system models, so on and so forth. I won't be repeating that, but I'll just only partially try to recall some of those as we are talking in the context of this, how religion is playing an important, or ritual is an important role in this ecology. Now, religious ritual also in a sense can be defined as a prescribed performance of conventionalized acts, that is prescribes or pre-decided rules which are being normally followed in a sort of conventionalized manner, and which is manifested directly towards the involvement of the non-empirical or the supernatural agencies in the affairs of the actors. So, in a way, human tends to shape their imaginings or understanding of their rituals or performances in relation to the non-human or the supernatural agencies, how they maintain certain kind of relations, and what are the kind of expectations which are hovering around in that community. Now, at this point, it is important to point out what are the kind of the ideas which surround the Sembaga ecosystem. What then is an ecosystem? Our understanding so far goes that an ecosystem is the kind of relationship which shares among the species in a particular geographical niche or an ecological niche. And looking at the Sembaga's ecosystem, it is also important to point out the kind of occupations which they are engaged into, and what are the food crops they have been pretty much dependent on. Now, an ecosystem in the context of the Sembaga also consists of the material exchange, and also how they maintain this against other human groups, which in a sense is being pretty much exclusively access to these resources within their territorial borders. Now, sometime it is also interesting to see that how a particular plant is given so much importance, and how does it convey a meaning to other members of the group in terms of certain kinds of difficulties or any kind of eventualities arises. Now, conversely, it is also from this territory alone that the Sembagas were able to generate the subsistence means of this livelihood for them, and some of the normally agriculture practices which they follow is they follow the horticulturalists, that is more or less engaged in gardening. Now, some of the staple roots also, which includes a range of root crops, taro, and then the sweet potatoes being the most important, and yams and manic less so. Now, all the gardens are in a way mixed, and many of them are containing certain kind of major root crops, many grains, namely the taro yam gardens and also the sugar sweet potato gardens. Now, these are partly the sort of the economic background of the Sembaga communities, and what are the kind of staple diets they normally engage into. Apart from this, they also engage in herding of animals like pigs, and which in a way is sort of a source of nutrition and diet for them, or maybe we can say it's a source of protein for them. Now, as a rule, these populations are again being sort of redistributed and stated in terms of the ritual cycles. Now, a man becomes a member of a territorial group by participating with it in the planting of a rumbin. Now, what is this rumbin? Why is the planting of a rumbin so much given importance here? Now, the importance of this rumbin planting ritual again in a sense represents or even constitute the fundamental terms of the marine cosmology, and society at the same time that it establishes a sanctified truth. Now, a truce is being signed between the human and non-human, and when a rumbin is being planted, it in a sense give an assurance, or it testify that in that rumbin it contains the spirits or soul of their ancestor. Now, in a way, as long as that rumbin stays in the soil, it in a way have sort of a mutual understanding between the Sembega and the non-human or the supernatural forces. Now, therefore, it in a sense have that kind of understanding, if not a cordial relationship between them. And through these practices, it also maintain sort of a healthy or an adaptive mechanism between the non-human and the human. And rumbin is thus associated with the patrilineality as well as the territoriality and with man's well-being and strength. Now, they in a way assure that they are dependent on the territory at the same time, as long as the rumbin is attached to the soil or the ground, they sort of evoke certain kind of a truth which is considered to be sanctified among the Sembega community. Now, if you look at the operational rituals which is present among the Sembega and other marines, that is the adjoining groups of people, in a sense helps to maintain an undegraded environment. Undegraded environment, how? Because what are the kind of checks and balances which they normally engage into? Because they limit fighting to frequencies which do not endanger the existence of this regional population, and also they adjust these man-land ratios, which in a way facilitates trade, distributes local surpluses of pig throughout the regional population in the form of pork, and assures people of high quality protein when they are most in need of it. Now, therefore, this operational ritual which is evident among the Sembega and the marine, in a sense evokes certain kind of how a balance is maintained in the environment, the kind of animals which are being slaughtered, and again, which I said I had discussed at length about the pig slaughters which was practiced among the Sembegas in the preceding lectures. Now, Rappaport in a way postulates that the Sembega ritual slaughter and this consumption of these pigs, that is, which is locally known as the kaiko, function as a regulatory mechanisms that keeps within the acceptable parameters in the size of the hearts of pigs. For example, the intake of animals as a protein and the amount of female labor needed to take care of them as well as of the gardens. So, in a way, the ritual cycle of the Sembega is cyclical in nature. Now, for instance, they plant the rumbin and then also they start rearing the pigs. Now, as and when they uproot the rumbin, they wage some kind of war, and then it is followed by a certain sacrificial or a slaughtering of the pigs once the war comes to an end. Now, in a way, these sort of practices have certain kind of overlapping meanings, and or rather every action is pretty much interrelated. The manner in which they go to the war, and then once they started engaging in this the kaiko, that is the slaughtering of the pigs, they again abandon this going to the waging war again. So, waging a war is not frequent at all, and then maybe it is sort of how they engage into more or less an exercise or a drilling, as and when they are prepared, and as and when they feel that they have enough pigs for consumption, then they go ahead with the war, and then they retreat back, come back, and then go on with this festival sort of. Now, through all these practices, Rappaport primarily in his work of Pigs for the Ancestor shows that all the components of this Sembega reality is nothing but it sort of tries to bring in the relationship between the ecological, nutritional, social, military, ideological, and which perhaps seems to constitute a coherent totality. Now, all this put together in a way is again the part of the Sembega ecosystem, and how they are able to maintain certain kind of ritual behavior, and this ritual behavior is not necessarily confined to only one single perspective, but which encompasses all this put into together, that is the social, political, economic, so and so forth. Therefore, Rappaport studies in a way provide a model for understanding the role of the ritual in creation and maintenance, not just social solidarity like what Durkheim has talked about, but also rather in maintaining the conditions within which human organisms can survive. That is how through rituals they are able to maintain a conducive environment to maintain this balance in the environment. Now, as we had discussed the importance of what rituals and how rituals tends to play an important role, not just only in shaping the minds, but also ritual in a sense becomes an expressive, and it also serves the purpose to the community in terms of how they are able to maintain certain kinds of rules and regulations, and they follow this. And ritual cannot be seen in isolation, but also it has to be contextualized in the context of this ecology and the environment in general, and what kind of purposes does it serve. Now, to have a much more deeper understanding about Rappaport's or ritual in general in relationship to ecology, one can refer Rappaport's work, which again is reproduced in one of his book. And apart from this also we can refer Rappaport's work on Pigs for the Ancestor. Now, in the last lecture we had discussed quite at length about how ritual in a way becomes sort of a balancing act in terms of one's relations with, or in one's adaptation with the ecology in general, and then that is purely from the ecological approach to religion. Now, slightly moving away from what we have discussed, in this course or in this lecture series, we would be looking at how religion in a way happens to occupy, or religion is considered to be sort of an alternative methods or ways in resolving the environmental crisis which we are witnessing. And as I had discussed in the introductory part of the course, that we will also be looking at some of the contemporary theology or the religious philosophy, which is to be in a way situated in the context of how and to what extent religion in a way shapes our mind, our perspective, our thinkings, our imaginations, and the way we perceive or look towards nature. Now, therefore, why is it that religion is supposedly considered to be an important tool or an important perspective in this present environmental crisis? Now, as I had said, before going into details of some of the religions or the kind of religious philosophies which they have followed, it is pertinent to discuss the background as to why religion in a way is considered to be important. And in this context, it is important to see how religion in a way has shaped our understanding or our conducts towards nature. Now, normally if you look around, the perception towards nature might be different from one society to another, or mostly if you look at the Western and non-Western society, the kind of perception which they have towards the nature is also different. And globally, there is a lot of divide between North and South. Again, how the northern countries and the southern countries perceive nature, or what kind of relationship they share with nature. Now, therefore, it is important to locate these human environmental relations by bringing in this perspective of religion in general. And how has the present environmental crisis challenged, in a way challenged and transformed the modern theology and the spiritual practices, and which particular modern theology or the spiritual practices caters to have much more meaningful understanding with nature, or which religious philosophy in a way sort of religious teachings in a way bring human much more close to nature. That will of course be the kind of the main gist of these lectures. Now, historically, if you look at maybe prior to the medieval period and the so-called modern period, religion in all these successive generations has taught us to sort of perceive and to act on this human nature in terms of a particular human interest, beliefs, and social structure. Now, why is this human interest important again? Now, if you look at, there are different forms of materialism which is involved even in the study of from the anthropological perspective, like vulgar materialism and so on and so forth. And each sort of thinkers in a way tries to bring in sort of the nuances and the differences among this materialism. The reason why I am talking about materialism is because human interest normally is being guided by the idea of accumulation and to sort of squeeze or extract certain kind of profits from the natural resources, and in the process it somehow tends to strain the kind of relations or ideas which is being shared in general. And what are the beliefs and social structure which also in a way is instrumental in shaping or bringing the sort of the kind of perceptions which normally change. Now, when we talk about the beliefs, it is normally the religious teachings or the religious dogmas which are being in a way influencing an individual right from the birth, and in some sense these are being part of the family socialization process, and this social structure in a way is pretty much deep rooted and embedded within that. It sort of not just train the minds of the individuals in general, but also particularly the kind of relations or the kind of behavior which we acted out to the non-humans domain. Now, therefore, it is important to locate the human domain and the non-human domain and the kind of relationship which is being shared between them. And through this, for instance, religious myths and law, we have in a way a socialized nature, framing it in terms of the human interest. And to a great extent, we have done so to satisfy our needs, abilities, and power relations. Now, when we talk about power relations, it is also about controlling and having the capacity to sort of dominate the nature around us. Now, the more you have the controlled and dominance power, the more power you have, or an authority in terms of the kind of social relations which you share among other members of the society. Now, therefore, within this backdrop, it is important to situate how religion in a way is instrumental in shaping not just the minds, but also in terms of the kind of attitudes and perceptions which we normally have towards the non-human actors, that is the nature around us. Now, for instance, let us consider that many writers have tends to critically look at these mostly the biblical texts about men's rights to master the art, which normally is quite vocally talked about by Lynn White, by sort of blaming the Christian religion as responsible for the present ecological crisis which we have, and which I will talk in a much more detail in the later part of this lecture. And man's right to master the earth is seen to be an essential source for the havoc which is being witnessed by the Western societies upon the earth. Now, these are some of the sort of biblical critical analysis which are being given. And also, why is it that the Judeo-Christian religion is being singled out, or is it because of the kind of capitalism which is being attached, or rather we can say that the emergence of industrialism or industrialization process or capitalism in the West in a way might have perhaps led to a critical imagination or analysis of how what perhaps might have provoked or led to the emergence of this. And then mind you, as I'm sure you are familiar with Max Weber's work on the Protestant ethics and the rise of capitalism. And Weber, a German sociologist, in a way tries to explore how this within the Christian religion, this Protestant with those who profess this Protestant ethics, in a way are solely responsible for the emergence of this capitalism. And what are the kind of religious teachings which in a way has not just influenced but also transformed the imaginations and thinkings of these peoples, mostly the Western Europe. Now, such kind of work in a way tends to challenge and questions the religious philosophy of any kind of religion for that matter. Now, also perhaps the spread of democracy and critical intellectual tendencies embedded in the Enlightenment and the post-Enlightenment philosophy, and also the modern science in a way tends to challenge and questions on any particular religious claim to absolute truth. Now, through this, you tend to rationally challenge any kind of religious teachings of philosophy, and perhaps this doubt in a way lead to some kind of a rejection of religion, which is more to do with which is unscientific, irrational, and which cannot really withstood the modern science or the Enlightenment period, when people are being guided by empiricism. Now, similarly, some of the feminist critics also have strong reservations or feeling against this religion, as which is more or less identified as patriarchal biases in virtually all established traditions. Again, as I was talking about the Western capitalist mindset, which is more or less being guided by these patriarchal biases, is something which the feminists have for quite some time argue and raise the issue. Now, in the light of this, it is important to see that how this emergence of the Western capitalism or Western science again is also being questioned by so-called feminists, and then who don't really subscribe to the essentialist idea of how things are being established. Now, therefore, one needs to look into the kind of ideas which are being embedded here. Now, for instance, which I categorize as the eco-theologians, that is, the religious teachings which are in a way presumed to be close to embedded with traditions, and then who have much more cordial relations with nature. Now, this eco-theologians has in a way sought to reinterpret these old traditions, that is, the findings, and which stress more on the passages in classic texts, like maybe the Buddhist classic texts, or maybe the Jain's books, so and so forth, which tries to reveal the kind of human closeness to nature, which in a way is an exercise which would perhaps help us to face this current crisis. Now, in fact, the significance of this religion is increasingly felt because many of these guiding lights of modernity and materialist liberal democracies has been undermined by the political violence, technological disasters, and the cultural bankruptcy of the late 20th century. So the world happens to see a lot of violence, not just among human in general, but also the violence which are being meted out. That is, the anthropogenic influences on the environment is increasingly felt. And what perhaps might be the reason, or what could be the other way out to sort of lessen, if not could partially allow us, if not avoid us to engage in this heightened the extent of what we pose a threat to the environment. Perhaps these secular radical politics also have been rendered doubtful by the economic failures and the totalitarian political excesses of this communism. All this perhaps seems to also fail. Hence, these spiritual perspectives can be seen as, or increasingly realized as, a source of social direction as well as personal inspiration. Now, in the upcoming or preceding upcoming lectures, we would be looking at primarily how the Christian religion in a way is primarily blamed to have increasingly caused the environmental crisis, and also how there is a retrospection or introspection which evolved within the Christian religion as well, the kind of stance which is taken by the religious head like the Pope John Paul II, the kind of responses which it also evokes and evolves in terms of how there has to be a retrospection within it. And secondly, we also be looking at some of the religions like the Hindu religion, Buddhism, Jainism, and also certain other native religions which are sort of thought to be more close to nature. The religious texts will be sort of seen as our explanation, thereby trying to broaden us the eco-theologians in a way tries to unearth or bring in these religious texts so that we find a way out to have an alternative methods or means in terms of looking and locating the religions which are in a way can bring certain kind of a balance when we talk about the human nature relations. Thank you.